Yeah, hey guys, welcome to another episode of Playoff Ready. Today we're looking at the Jimmy Butler saga. Just going through a brief analysis, looking at different sources, seeing what's going on with this Jimmy Butler situation.
They don't want to pay him because he's older and decline.
And human nature is kicking. Y'all don't want me. I don't want to be here.
Okay. I just say
That's
that
all.
he should show up. He could ask for more.
You,
and he could get
listen,
more.
you show up
But
and you show up for your teammates.
I will compete. That's one thing that I will say. So you won't say that I'm out there not playing hard.
6-minute mark of the first quarter. Hero finds Butler. Oh, he missed the layup. Got it back. Missed again and again. Portland. They want a franchise record 28 games. Shot clock duress. Butler a one-legged three.
You stink.
You can get mad at the Miami Heat organization, but the fans of Miami and those guys in that locker room, they ain't got nothing to do with you wanting a contract extension.
When it comes to the phrase going out sad, nobody's going out sadder than Jimmy Butler. As Butler a couple of years ago, he's regarded as an old school player, doing anything to win, a real grit and grind guy, a real old school type player. Now, fast forward to 2025, Jimmy Butler is anything but. As the past 2.5 months, this guy has pulled a tantrum on and off the court and cried and complained to the media at nearly every turn.
I want to see me get my joy back from playing basketball.
Can you get your joy back here on the court?
Probably not.
And in regards to the Jimmy vs. Pat saga, kind of the flashpoint of all this was Pat Riley telling Jimmy in last year's playoffs to shut his mouth, stop trolling the Celtics if he wasn't playing and healthy in that series.
If you're not on the court playing against Boston or on the court playing against the New York Knicks, you should keep your mouth shut.
Thank you! So those comments right there to me personally, they seem pretty mild-mannered, actually reasonable. If you're not playing not healthy, why are you trolling, talking trash, and just being a nuisance and a distraction? If you're not playing, quite simply, shut your mouth. Now, part 2 to the Jimmy vs. Pat Riley saga, of course, revolves around the contract extension, which Pat Riley this summer didn't give Jimmy. Now, what Pat did give Jimmy was kind of some guidelines, some criteria to eventually get that contract. And the guidelines, pretty simple and straightforward. Be healthy, be available, don't be passive, low managed, and just be an all-star, all-NBA player. Just be Jimmy Butler of old.
Seems reasonable.
Those quote-unquote demands, requirements aren't that outlandish or unreasonable for a guy who wants $50 million and a big-time extension. And looking at Butler's play on the court to start this season, I mean, he couldn't come out playing worse and performing at a lower level. As the first 8 games of the season, Butler, 16.1 points per game, 4.9 dimes, 4.4 boards, on 48% shooting, with a plus-minus of negative 4.3. Now, those numbers right there, that production, I mean, it's decent, above average, a mid-tier starter, above average player. But ask yourself the hard question, do those numbers, that production, justify a player?
So here's some hard numbers. So Jimmy's done this before in the past. He did this at he did at the Wolves, so the Timberwolves, when he and Karl Anthony Towns had that beef. He did it at the 76ers as well, him and Joel Embiid. Jimmy's a good player, but he always ends in drama. I think he picked the wrong guy to start it with. I mean, you can't really go against Pat, right? The, qu- the funniest thing is Jimmy's losing so he's suspended for 7 games, so he lost 2.35 million for the 7 games so far. Now he has 5 more on it, so he's gonna lose like 6 million, right? Because he's getting paid about a half a million per game. Because if you look at the numbers here, let's pull up an online calculator. So if you look at the numbers, he's making 42 million per year, right? 42 million this year, and he's playing 82 games. So he's making 500K, and he's suspended for 12 games. So that's like 6 million. But they might suspend him for the rest of the season. It's already they're at the halfway point. So they did 44 games, 82 games left. So you have 38 uh plus the seven he's already suspended. So he's been suspended for 45 games. So Jimmy's supposed to lose 23 million this year. But he's guaranteed that 52 million um over the next year. So Pat's probably saying we're taking a 23 million discount. So we're really paying him 29 million next year, right? So yeah, Jimmy played with the wrong guy. Oh my gosh. Um, yeah, it's looking bad. It's looking bad. All right, let's continue.
They're complaining, crying, and throwing a tantrum about not getting an extension they don't really deserve.
Absolutely not.
So, looking past Butler's overall production, also one of the requirements and guidelines to eventually getting that extension was remaining healthy and available and on the court for his teammates. And of course, Butler, pushing 36, even early November, was hurt, banged up, and not available for his team on the court. As November 8th versus the Nuggets, had a sprained ankle in that game, would leave early and miss the next 4 games. December 2nd, after he lost the Toronto Raptors in a back-to-back versus Boston, he would not play that game he'd load managed after a tweaked knee. Then December 21st in Miami, again an ankle problem left with an illness, would miss the next 5 games. I mean, that right there kind of is Jimmy. Subpar average production with these little injuries, missing time here, missing time there. At this point, Butler just not reliable, healthy enough to be that guy on a team that's competing for championships, even for a top 5 seed in the Eastern Conference.
Leave the football before the football leaves you. The football's left them.
For fans who defend Butler at this point, I mean, what leg are you standing on? The only card the pro-Jimmy crowd can play is kind of the victim sympathy card that they played time.
All right, let's look at NBA analysis of what's going on. Sorry, let's look at NBA analysis of what's going on.
Regarding Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat, it is breaking this evening. There's a statement on Jimmy Butler. The Miami Heat are suspending Jimmy without pay immediately for an indefinite period to last no fewer than 5 games. The suspension is due to a continued pattern of disregard of team rules, engaging in conduct detrimental to the team, and intentionally withholding services. This includes walking out of practice earlier today. Here's their head coach, Eric Spoelstra.
Well, with all due respect to obviously the questions that may come, what do you tell your team in a situation like this with everything that seems to be happening daily? Do things need to be said as it constantly updates as what the statement today?
No, we didn't even talk about anything today other than preparing for the Magic. I get it, what you guys all want, right now, and I figure that's why this meeting room is full right now. We're trying to quiet, the noise. And we're just focusing on the task at hand. There's no better place to be than just the present moment.
All right, Zeke, this is your area of expertise. What do you make of this situation that has been going on for over a month now with Jimmy Butler and yet another suspension?
Unfortunately, this is a part of the NBA, right? And it doesn't happen all the time. But there are times when a player wants to leave an organization, the organization and the player are not on the same page, but you also have a collective bargaining agreement that the players and the owners have agreed on for players to act and conduct themselves in a certain way. Eventually, this all plays out and it all works out. But unfortunately, right now, we get to see it in real time and we get to comment and talk about it. Now, who's right, who's wrong, I don't know, but I do know this. Jimmy Butler, has proven that, he can lead a team and take a team to the championship. The Miami Heat have proven over time that they're an organization that knows how to go out and find players.
That's for this season, man. You can't be 17-5-4. Well, 17-5-5, man. You can't be asking for a max deal with these numbers. Yeah, I don't get it, man. The NBA culture is so different. Like, you whine to get your pay. Like, I don't even know where it works like that in the real world, right? even if you have a boss, they're still trying to not give you that raise. You have to prove that you deserve that raise, right? So I'm surprised Jimmy's approach to getting a raise is being disgruntled.
Championships. And at one point in time, this organization and this player was on the same page, and they got to the NBA Finals. Now that they're not on the same page, you see where they are. They're struggling to, be in playoff contention, and Jimmy now is kind of trying to figure out what's his next move. But the important thing is when you get an organization and a player on the same page like Jimmy Butler, beautiful things can happen. And when they're not on the same page, ugly things happen.
Vince, we've been asking this question for over a month, right? Is this the last time we've seen Jimmy Butler in a Miami Heat uniform? Do you think this now is the line of demarcation that he'll never play another game in a Heat uniform?
I do now. I think they're understanding that he's not willing to comply. He's making his statement. He's trying his best to get moved. And I think now for the organization, being that they said, no, we're not moving you. We feel, like you said, that beautiful things happen when we're together. Mm-hmm. They're hoping he would come around. And now that you see that he's not coming around, it's time to make the best decision for your organization and move on, because it's becoming a distraction. And they still have a chance to still be in the playoffs and compete. So the sooner you get rid of the problem or fix the problem, I feel like the better you will be.
Yeah, let's look at Gilbert Arenas, his take on this one. He did a pretty good take.
They sent in at the Marriott.
Warner Center Marriott.
Motherfucker. Yes, they try to celebrate right before they score.
He fumbled the ball. Just took 20 right now.
Yes.
So in total, I would have.
Even if
you notice I switched I don't give a fuck. Because you don't get
sorry
money.
for that language. But yeah, so Gilbert's just saying Jimmy lost 20 mil. One of the worst things a team can do is suspend you for detriment to the team, right? So that's like indefinite. You have to do reviews, meet with a psychiatrist, all this stuff. It could be a 2-month process. So yeah, let's watch these guys get into it. Probably start it from here, then get to the 7-minute mark, and then go from there.
A couple minutes ago, so according to Shams, Jimmy Butler has been suspended indefinitely by the Miami Heat again. He just came off a 2-game suspension, so here are the details.
Okay. So he came off the 2 and then played?
No. It was supposed
he hasn't played yet.
No.
He was supposed to play tonight. So Jimmy Butler walked out of a Heat shoot-around this morning after being informed the team is planning not to start him, with Haywood Highsmith starting moving forward. According to Shams, sources tell ESPN, Jimmy Butler suspended indefinitely. Seems like we talk about this every other day, but it is the biggest news in the league right now. What is your reaction to finding out that Jimmy Butler has once again
seen it all before? We've seen this already, man. We know the playbook, man. Try to do anything to get him irritated so you can do exactly what
you called
did.
it. You called it out.
You want your money. That's how this plays out.
You called it out.
Jimmy suspended the 7 games, came back, played a couple games, was rocking the Suns colorway shoes that did not match with the Heat jersey. Got suspended 2 more games for wanting to take his own flight to Milwaukee. Situations going on out there. Showed up at shoot-around today, trying to reunite with the squad. Was told that he would not be in the starting lineup for Haywood Highsmith. Promptly walked out. So do you feel like like you said, if I'm the Heat, I'm trying not to pay him his bread. Can you say that's conduct detrimental to the team? You walking out on your team during a team-sanctioned shoot-around. Are they just trying to poke at him to get what they want?
Yeah. I mean, we've seen it with the Ben Simmons, right? We've seen where they pretended he had a cell phone in his pocket when it was just the water bottle, right? You try to make him do a couple extra line drills and wait till he says no so then you can say detrimental to the team, right? And this is all it's been leading to, trying to figure out how they can suspend him for the entire season. And then now you can stay home, but you don't cost us a dime. So they're not gonna lift it, right? They don't give a fuck now because they got what they really wanted, the money part of it. So this is gonna be the end of the Jimmy Butler news. Because he can go, you can sit wherever the fuck you wanna sit, you can make your fucking coffee all you want, do whatever you wanna do. We're not paying you now, so we're good.
But to that point, trade deadline, 10 days, February 6th. Thursday noon, we will be here in the arena covering it. Yeah. Jimmy has a $52 million player option on his contract that he will exercise if they do not get a trade done. So you're going to owe me 52, whatever you want to do. I will keep showing up.
How much I owe you right now left?
If he exercises that player option.
No. You don't see it. From today, from 9 games ago, right?
But it feels like he'll get his bread for some of that, right? With
Yeah,
the
he'll
appeal.
get some. So moving the rest, he's going to lose how many millions?
So he's scheduled to make $49 million this year. I have never got an NBA check. I do not know how it
So
breaks
what
down.
left? Well, you got about like 18 million, about 20 million left on that contract. So they're going to take this 20 because he's suspended indefinitely. So that means next year money is technically minus 20 million. So really, if they don't bring him back,
they could suspend him indefinitely for not wanting to for walking out.
That seems egregious.
Yeah, they just keep adding.
If you walk in and they say we starting Haywood Highsmith over you,
to the union though to get.
They can try to fight for you.
I mean, listen, they're gonna try to fight, but
listen,
Riley for this bullshit because you know it's bullshit.
Listen, you keep adding up, bro. You keep adding it.
Yeah, I scheduled to make 49.
Okay. So
what is he doing?
So basically,
you walked out of shoot around? Nick.
Come on, man.
Nick, come on now.
They tested, you know.
I get it, but you gotta.
He's falling for it.
You gotta right now. You gotta figure out what side you gonna lean on right now, because if you lean on the Jimmy side, you gotta see how this look for the actual fan. What is the fan thinking? The fan don't know what we go through as players for him to act like this, and you can have a justifiable reason why you say I agree with Jimmy. The fan don't know what we know. So we looking at it from the outside like, hey, Jimmy, what is wrong with Jimmy? What is he doing? Why is he doing that? Why did he walk out of the practice? Why is he showing up with the opposite team's colors on his shoes? What is he doing? Now, Ben Simmons, did he egg this shit on? He didn't do nothing. He didn't say nothing. Who was his agent at the time?
Rich Paul.
Rich Paul. Rich Paul said, hey, look, don't you say a motherfucking word. We got it.
Facts.
Jimmy, Bernie Lee used to be my agent.
Oh.
And Bernie ain't gonna tell you to shut the fuck up. Jimmy, shut the fuck up. Bernie, you ain't gonna tell him. Jimmy, shut the fuck up.
Dancing with Bernie. He's not
Weekend
saying
at Bernie.
If I'm used to flying a separate plane and now you want to fine me for it, that's weak though.
I'm fining you because it ain't. Everybody else.
But I've been doing this forever.
But
though.
they know you're doing it now. That's why they fucking with you. I know you're doing it.
And we
50. That's just 52 million next year. But I took 20.
These are the reasons why we fucking suspended Smith. Hey, you run your ship how you.
Oh, you 52. I can bring you back. Built the case
It ain't not it. That's not just the one thing.
Wait.
That means next year I owe you 52. I done just took 20 right now.
Yes.
So in total, I would have owed you from now to next year $72 million.
You still owe him. You still owe him. You can't suspend me indefinitely for walking out one practice. Hell, man.
Looks like he doesn't understand how this NBA thing works. Like he hasn't been a vet for like over 10 years.
No, everything else. That's not it, Nick. Don't stand on that, Nick. That's not it. That's not just the one thing. You're being emotional on that one. It's a cumulative.
They've been working.
It's been a thing, bro. And they send in tape to the.
I got you with a nickel bag. I got you with a goddamn ounce.
Yep.
It's the fly.
And I got you on tape.
So you let me fly my own, but now I can't fly my own. You suspend me for that. Now you said I'm not starting. I walk out. You suspended indefinitely. You can't do that.
So it started off. Look, 9 games.
You can't do that.
2 games.
2 games.
Now, so they done showed the pattern.
And then it's other stuff.
They sent in tape.
They showed
tape to the fucking union in the NBA. These are the reasons why we fucking suspended him. Look at his effort here. We can't accept this. And that wasn't Pat Riley, bro. That was Spo. Y'all don't understand that it ain't Pat and Jimmy. Spo's hiding his hand. It's him and Spo.
They recording it.
You can't tell.
Sean, we know who has the big whistle in the Heat organization.
That's because the money talk up here.
But we know who got
all
the big
bullshit. All right, who do you think started Highsmith? Nobody talking about it. That ain't Pat Riley saying, hey, start Highsmith. Hey, you run your ship how you want to run it. Hey, we not fucking with Jimmy, Pat, so let me do what I do.
But you don't think...
Yeah, I agree. Eric Spoelstra is just like any organization, right? The CEO can say something or your vice president or so on, but your managers have to actually do the deed.
Pat, you can't do that. You can't suspend somebody indefinitely.
But
I didn't know that since they
Spo saying, I don't want him on my team. He's fucking up the inner.
All right, so
but even if Spo,
nobody wants you.
Even if Spo is saying that, you don't think Pat's co-signing on it, saying, all right, you can do it. You can do that.
He getting that
What
money.
I'm saying is, I am. As of today, I owed you $72 million.
He's getting that money.
Right? So I suspend you for the rest of the season. Now I only owe you 52. I can bring you back next year because technically it's only going to cost me $32 million on my books.
Man. And I can
So
trade
I don't
that.
have to trade
And I
you
can
now.
trade that. I can trade the 32.
To me, I can trade because it only
Wait for the summer.
You see what I'm saying?
But
damn,
because
it's only cost me.
He put himself in the situation Gil talking about though. Like they wasn't thinking about this scenario until now. You like, shit, that's better for us. Actually, we don't gotta pay you, and we'll pay you less if we gotta pay you.
But it don't matter. But 52 million next year, but I took 20 this year off your contract.
That's right. Yeah, they weren't even thinking about that until Jimmy kind of did that press interview, man. This guy needs to learn how to play politics.
At the same time,
I don't give a fuck if you
don't know how his contract is dealt. There's some people that get heavy up front and little in the back.
It don't matter.
He could have got 20 already.
No.
But it don't matter.
He wouldn't be as aggressive right now if that was the case.
If he got his whole, like let's just say he got his whole check.
Bad, bro.
What I'm saying is, let's say they wrote a check which is not in his contract. Let's just say they gave him a check for $49 million and they suspended him the rest of the year. And throughout the contract, it's still what's the name per game.
Yep.
So that means if there's $20 million left, he has to write a check for $20 million.
Yep.
But for me, I'm saying you can't suspend somebody indefinitely for that.
They did.
I mean, we've seen it before. I'm willing to bet that he gets most of that money back.
Nick, you think this scenario right here, where you playing on this team?
'Cause you can't.
Hold on, let me give you the
Okay.
scenario.
Okay.
The scenario is you on this team, the Miami Heat. You are. Coach is looking at you.
But they know he don't want to be there.
All right, so now, if you know you don't want to be there, you at this practice, and you got this type of energy, why the fuck would we want you near us?
But we got this type of energy because you doing bullshit. We gonna tell every time I've been coming back, I start. But now I can't start this time after you.
Because you got in front of the camera and you said, I'm not happy in Miami, and it's never going to be me happy in Miami again.
But you started me after that.
I
want my joy back.
You started me after that.
I can't get my joy back.
You started me after that. It don't matter. You started me after that.
Because we trying to showcase you.
You suspended me for 7 games and started me after the 7 games.
Yes.
Now you don't want to start me.
Yeah.
You can't go backwards after.
And why did we suspend you after the 7 games?
What did he do?
You was late to the fucking plane.
I flew my own plane.
Okay. So,
but I've been doing that.
But that's a reason why.
I've been doing
But that's a reason why.
But you can't just start suspending me for shit you've been letting me do.
You can't tell me what I can and can't do. I just haven't been
because
doing
we was
it.
winning when I let you do it.
Yeah, you
winning right
You're
now.
acting like a real prima donna right now.
No,
you acting like a real prima donna right now.
I'm just saying.
Cause you know when the shit ain't on the up and up. When the shit ain't on the up and up, you know how I get. When the shit ain't on the up and up in the NBA, you know how I get.
But they
shit start getting taken. All right, nah, we ain't
doing that no more. Say it again, bro.
We ain't doing
when
all
it's
that.
all good, it's good.
They ain't been good. When have the Miami Heat been good?
They just went to the finals like what,
2 years in a row.
Thank you. Last year they wasn't good.
When you look, when you was
They wasn't good last
when
year.
you were starting with the Wizards, right? When you were starting with the Wizards, shit was cool, right? Got a little extra shit going on, huh? Very different when your ass was coming off the bench, right? You had to beat her on time. You had to do a bunch of shit. When you started, you had more wiggle room to do what the fuck you wanted to do.
I'm a starter.
Right? Because you a starter now. Look, Nick is our best player. Hey, no, you ain't got to come. You on practice day? Cool. They looked the other way.
It's Nick.
Jimmy ain't in that. That motherfucker got the tight rope. They looking. If you bark,
You better not say nothing.
If you breathe.
But say another motherfucking word.
It's like you know.
Hey,
Still been starting me after all this shit.
No,
the tightrope and all. I done talked about the fucking Pat Riley, and I still came back and started. Now that you can't do this.
Yes. It happens in life.
You know what it's called? Bro, he don't know how to read the room.
No.
Oh, that's it.
You don't know how to
That's it.
No, that's
it.
How much money?
Nick,
Like, bro, you can walk in any
what he's
room.
saying.
Bro, you can walk in any room and you know, like, yo, these motherfuckers not fucking with me.
They're not fucking with me.
I need to walk on.
You gotta know how to read. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care who the fuck you are. You walk in the room, you can feel the energy.
But I'm not fucking with y'all though. That's
Cool,
the thing.
but I write your check.
It don't matter.
You ain't gotta fuck with
If I'm not fucking with y'all and you still starting me after I told y'all I'm not fucking with y'all, you can't just switch shit up on one day.
What you
got
need to do?
mad that day.
Nick, that means you need to switch it up. That means you need to go from not fucking with me to fucking with me.
No, because I'm going to stand on what I'm standing on.
All right, so you don't think we gonna stand on what we standing on?
But you haven't been standing on what
we
you've been
standing on now.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, Nick,
you
but
ain't
now.
been standing
Listen
on
to what you saying.
You can't stand on it now.
Why not?
No, you
It's a
can't.
step, right?
Because today,
I hate
right?
this yelling here. these guys, man. Well, they're making good points though, but let's finish this up soon.
Starting today, but you've been starting every time I suspend you. Every time you talk shit about me, I let you start.
And guess
but
what?
today,
You gonna
Yeah, fair use, fair use.
your girls, you gonna keep that your girl cheating on you? You gonna keep that? Are you gonna keep going back to your girl?
Because I don't want to have to deal with it. I'm gonna suspend you indefinitely.
Are you gonna go more?
Every Wednesday,
Nick,
we used to go out.
Go
Now you
no more.
can't.
Talking, yo, you doing a lot of other
The reason
like,
we say this is
like you over here doing your
because-
dreads, you over here playing. Yo, you think
Because
we playing
know,
around? All right.
You know their only goal. Like the problem is this: their only goal is to take your money. That's all they have. They think you value money, so their whole job is to take it from you.
Yep.
Right? So if you shut up and you just sit home, you get their money and you don't have to play.
Facts.
Right?
But
if they do what they did, take your money. Now they're gonna say you can go to fuck home, man.
Yeah.
You can go to Disneyland. You can fly whatever you want. It's not gonna be on my dollar. You have to know that trap was coming.
Yep.
you could suspend somebody for about 7 games. You can't suspend somebody for indefinitely, like the whole season.
This is the 4th infraction, Nick. Nick, this is your
Yeah, I like how Gil breaks it down here.
4th infraction, bro.
Remember,
it's insubordination.
You remember I said,
do you know what that word is? You know what insubordination means?
No. Okay, remember I got suspended. You remember I got suspended. You remember I got suspended. I didn't get suspended for guns in a locker room. I got suspended for detrimental to the team, right? And I said the worst penalty you want as an NBA player with the NBA rules is detrimental to the team. Because that has no number on it. It can be 1 game or it can be 82, right? Because it's mental. They're saying mentally he's not available. And because he's not mentally available, we're going to spend him indefinitely until we reevaluate him. And then, remember, now I get to reevaluate you. So I'm like, hey, Jimmy, hey, how you doing?
Did you get your money back?
No.
You did?
Just like
Man, Nick Young seems out of it, but yeah, indefinite suspension, man. It's just the politics of the game, but I mean, you know it is. If you're cool with your boss, you can get away with certain things, but once that relationship starts to waver, you gotta tighten up.
Ja don't get his money back. Detrimental, like him, just give me the gun charge. That's 3 fucking games. Three games, motherfucker. Ja, like this is motherfucking gun. 3 games. No, but detrimental to the team.
Is there a problem?
Definitely.
You're a problem.
You're a mental problem.
You're a mental problem. And we don't know when you come back, how you going to act.
Hey, are you seeking help? Are you seeing a therapist? Like, we get to do all of this bullshit.
You fucked up, because you fucked up. And you keep fucking up because you stop. You won't listen, Nick.
Nick, stop acting like...
You won't listen.
Nick, stop acting like you ain't played with a dude in the league who come in there and you know what he doing. It's like, yo, he trying to...
tripping.
Like, yo, he doing little shit.
I know that person is next to me. Yes. Yes.
Is he in the room right now?
This fucked up. Yes.
So you seen it?
But I seen him do some crazy shit and still nothing happened. Yes.
Yes, but what happened when they didn't? What happened when they didn't want to play me no more? He did it. Get on out of here.
Get on out of here.
Come on, you seen it.
That's fact.
You know what happened. When it was ready to stay, we ain't fucking with it no more. Go on, you're mentally fucked up.
Right.
I didn't get suspended for this.
Yeah,
that's what is that? 1 game, 2 games? What is this? What is this? 1, 2 games?
Right.
Oh, no, he's mentally. Oh no, he can't. He ain't stable.
Yeah, he's influencing our young fellas.
And
he's fucking up the
that's what they're doing with
He think
Jimmy.
it's a joke.
You're messing up. We don't know what they're gonna do. He might want to prize on his plane. So now, a month, 2 months from now, we're gonna say we're gonna reevaluate mentally where he's at. Remember, this is a private. Look at. Hey, Jimmy, you want to play?
Well, if that's the case, they can say anybody fucked up.
They can
just hey, you know what?
When we don't want you, they can say whatever the fuck they want.
Say the coach, say Spo go to Brandon and be like, hey man, how you feel about everything going on with Jimmy, man? How's it?
And what if you say Jimmy is cool, and they say, you know what, Brandon, you just fucked up.
No.
You can't do that.
Spo's just gonna ask.
This is the corporate world, man.
Yo, what's the kid that played for
You
Charlotte?
wanted to leave
that
too,
got
though.
suspended,
That's
that was
the thing.
dancing.
Kai Jones.
Andre Blanche.
Kai Jones.
Kai Jones.
We're on the internet. Start dancing. Get your ass out of here. You look mentally unstable.
Like niggas trying to pretend he wasn't
Man.
he was there.
Get the fuck on.
I'm with Andre
Something
Blanche.
different, yeah.
It ain't different.
Yeah.
It's the same
I
rule.
fuck with Kai
man.
Jones, though.
You dying on this hill, man.
No, I'm not, because I'm just saying, it's crazy. It's just
Bro.
crazy. If you let me get away with so much, and
I
then...
got you.
And you think you gonna keep getting away with
I
it?
let you rob the bank. I let you rob the bank and y'all want.
Who got arrested recently who thought they was gonna keep getting away with some shit?
Yep.
You thought you was gonna, and Nick, you keep
going
saying,
back and
Nick,
forth.
you keep saying
Yeah,
that they keep.
That's it, guys. Looking forward to your thoughts. Feel free to drop a comment. Yeah, just continue supporting, subscribing. Um, yeah, just curious to hear your thoughts. All right, signing out. Enjoy your day. Peace.